everyone, Erin here. Welcome back to the Impatient DIYer. Today I'm doing some more Valentine's DIYs, but a little different. So I'm going to be doing some book DIYs today. Now, please don't hate me. Some books were harmed in the making of this video, but they were very well loved, and I read all of the books that I buy before I put them into any of my DIYs. So book lovers, please don't hate me. I think these are super cute and a way to show your love of books and also just all of the love for Valentine's Day. So I hope you guys enjoy these videos.
So let's go straight into DIY number 1, which is this cute heart cutout garland. So what I did is I used some of the felt hearts that you can get from the Dollar Tree, some pages out of one of my books, and I decided to use a pen, and all I'm doing is taking one page at a time and tracing the hearts over the letters on this book page. Well, once I get my pen to work, that is. So with the books that I used, I was able to fit 3 hearts on each page. And for this one, I really wanted to make sure that I got all of the letters on the hearts because I felt like that would look the cutest. So that's the only reason that I only did 3 per page. I also wanted all of the letters to go the same way. I know that no one will probably notice looking at this, but I wanted them all to be upright. So if you don't care about the way that your letters are going, you can definitely fit a lot more hearts per page. So after I traced them out, I just cut them out quickly, and then I just moved on to the next page. I did this one page at a time because I felt like if I was going to be cutting these out like this with just regular pair of scissors, then they might not all be the same shape, and I was being a stickler for that. So I think I did about 10 pages of these hearts, and then I'm going to be using these stamp inks that I got for Christmas in what I thought was like a burgundy color and then a bright red color. And I'm using the makeup sponges that you can get from the Dollar Tree. This was the easiest thing that I could find that would leave me the least messy. And I am just dabbing this ink onto the hearts. Now, first I thought I was just going to do like the outline of the hearts, and I really didn't like how that looked. So I just ended up filling in the entire heart with the stamp ink. And I did all one color and then the other. And I really like the silicone mat that I'm using because this stuff just came right off when I was done. I did not have to care at all how much of this ink I was getting all over this mat. It wiped right off with just a regular wipe. So after I did the darker color, which did not turn out the color that I thought it would, I still like it. I think it looks pretty vintage. I did the bright red color. And at first I was very afraid that they weren't going to go together very well, but it grew on me as I went. And you can see there, I went on a different part of my silicone mat to do this one because when you flip them, some of the color can get on the paper, and I didn't want the colors. I wanted them all separate. So here they are, all finished. So I wanted to add a little bit of sparkle and make them just look a little bit more vintage. So I took the gold ink that came with my set, and I'll link that below or put the name of it below. I don't link things. But I took the gold and it added like just a little bit of shimmer and a little bit of that vintage feel that I was kind of going for with these. And I really like how it turned out, honestly. I think it was just what this needed, really. And I think this one, I'll show you the difference between like with the gold and just regular. Yeah, I really like it with the gold. So I just went through and did this to every single one of them, both colors, and I really, really like the way that it turned out. So once I was done that, I cut up some book strips, actually from the DIY that you're going to see next. I just made them thinner, and I am hot gluing them in a loop, and that's what I'm using as my loop to hang these like a garland. Couldn't quite figure out what I wanted to do, and this just kind of went with the theme, and it works. Probably not your usual hanger that you would have for a garland, but I like it. You guys have to tell me if you think that I should have inked them a little bit in like the gold or something like that before I made them into my hangers. So once I had all of the loops made, I just hot glued these to the back of the hearts. Well, there's not really a back, so I hot glued them to the heart. And I think they turned out really, really cute, actually. I honestly really like everything that this is. It just makes my heart happy. So I just put one of these on each of the hearts that I did. And then after I do all of the hearts on the loops, then I'm going to take them and put them on the string to make the garland. So here's all of them done. It's the same twine that I've used for almost every single one of my Valentine's DIYs. I'm obsessed with this twine, and I'm going to be really, really sad when I'm done with it. It's something I got at Michael's after the holiday season, the Christmas holiday season, and it just got this nice little sparkle to it and everything. It's so cute. So I wasn't paying attention when I was putting all these on, and I actually put some of them on backwards, like you can see right there. I missed it. Some of them I put like the tag part in the front instead of the back, but I honestly was not going to take them off at the end when I found this out. And I'm alternating the colors, but you can tell only a little bit with that gold over there. So I just cut that off at the end, and this is where I hung it in my parents' house. And I like that the paper catches on the string, so I could just separate them out and they stay where I want them. I didn't have to glue them or anything. I think it's so cute. For DIY number 2, it's another book page garland. This one, I found my inspiration on Pinterest, and I am in love. So you're going to take your book pages again, and you are going to take a paper trimmer. This is just a Fiskars one that I've had for years. And what you're going to do is cut off the borders. I know that there's a word for it. The edges of your pages that have no words. And then you're going to cut them into even strips. And now for this, you're going to need 3 different sizes. So the first one, I just kept the top and bottom border. The second size, I cut the top and bottom border off. And then the third size, I just kind of used the edge of my Fiskars cutting tool. I just kind of lined it up with the edge right there, and that's what made my third size. It was not scientific at all. I just moved the page over every other line to make my strips themselves, but you could really make this any size that you want. So here's all of my strips. And for each heart, you're going to need 2 of each strip size. Now, the one I saw on Pinterest had 5. I felt like that was a little bit of work, so I didn't do that. So you're going to take the longest one and put it in the center, sandwich it in between the next 2 lengths, and then sandwich that in between the 2 shortest lengths, if that makes sense. I hope that it does, showing you here. It was really hard to show this because the paper just kind of flopped over. But it's 2 longest in the center, then the next length, and then the shortest on the outside. And you're going to take your stapler and hope that it has staples in it. Mine did not. This is also a stapler that was just at my parents' house. I've never used it before, and I struggled. Couldn't figure out how to put the staples in properly. They just kept falling out. Finally, I realized that you have to put the staples in upside down in this one. So once I figured that out, now we're on a roll. So you want to make sure that it's all kind of together there at the top. And then we are going to celebrate that the staple finally went in. So now you're going to take the two tiniest, flip them over, then the middle one, and then the tallest one, and flip them all over, and then you can see your heart. I hope that that makes sense. It's really, really hard DIY to talk about, much easier to show. And you're just going to put another staple here at the bottom. You know, some people use glue to do this. I was super excited to be done that one. I just really like the staples, and I feel like you didn't see them. So I don't know. I feel like with the page color and the words and everything like that, you're not going to really see the staple, and it's just so much easier. So I think I made about 12 to 16 in the end, and this only took me like 15 minutes to make all of these. Super easy, and I think they turned out really, really cute. I wanted to take it one step further, and I'm going to be dipping them in paint. Now I'm using my Deco Art Burgundy and my baby pink folk art, which I put a little bit of water in the baby pink folk art paint, and I think I would recommend that. It doesn't really matter in the end, they both still coat, but I don't know, I felt like that was a little bit easier to work with. So then I just kind of patted it in the paint to make sure that all of one side was covered. And I think it looks really, really cute. I know you can't really see in the picture that I showed at the beginning, but it just adds this little touch to it. Now, the inspiration that I saw on Pinterest actually had glitter that they put on top of this. So if you wanted to make more of a statement, you could definitely put the glitter on here. Another thing that I would recommend is don't pinch the end as you're going, because then the pages will stick together. So I would definitely recommend just kind of like this one. You can kind of see I'm trying to pull it apart a little bit. Oops, I duplicated it there. I'm using a new software, trying to get the hang of it. But yeah, I would actually recommend holding it by the center piece and not the end piece, because then you won't really get any pages sticking together. Just something that I learned in doing this. I also noticed some of my hearts, you can see in like the top left hand corner there, turned out like crooked. I'm not sure how that happened, but I just went with it. Okay, so once all of your hearts are painted and dried, I just actually left these dry overnight because I was really afraid that my heat gun would like set my pages on fire. My one patient moment was a fear of setting book pages on fire. No Fahrenheit 451 here. Once you're done letting them dry, you're going to take the same twine that we used in the last one, and you're just going to cut some short strips, and these we're going to glue in between the top of the heart with some hot glue, just so that these are going to be our hangers for the garland. So once I did all of this, I took the two ends and first used my finger protector. I hot glued the end of them together so that it would be a little bit easier to put in between the actual like book pages. So I kind of separated them a little bit there, and then put them between, and then use the center part of the heart to squish it all together. Now, I put that on the wrong way, but I went back and fixed them all when I was done, because while it looks really, really cute there, it's not going to hang on the garland string properly if you have the loop like the one there on the left. So, I fixed them, and you will see them kind of sort of in the next cut, how I fixed them. Because like that looks so cute with the little loop, with the little heart, and it's just adorable, and it is not going to work. So here you can see I kind of switched them a little bit so that it will hang more flat against the curtain that I ended up hanging these on. So I put these on alternating colors again. I'm a big proponent in alternating colors. It makes my heart happy and my brain. Can't really see it in the pictures, It was also super, super sunny and it snowed out, so all of the light was reflecting off of everything. But you can tell in person that it's alternating colors, and I think it turned out really, really cute that way. And this one's easy. Once you get them all on here, I just tied it to the curtain rod, honestly, and I think it looks really, really cute. I think it just adds a subtle touch of Valentine's and book love, and that's really what I was looking for in this room, so I'm really happy.
That's all for my tutorials for today. I really hope that you enjoyed how I incorporate my love of reading and books into my Valentine's decor. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.